Good evening, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Andrew's making us late as usual.
And as usual, I'm not prepared. But if I'm as prepared as I always am, would that not mean I am prepared?
I don't know.
No? Okay. I figured I'd try.
Trying to get that light out of there. There we go.
You just got to shield that corner.
You know. Yeah, there you go. Wrong hand. Sorry. There you go. How's everyone doing?
Let's see here. What are we doing here tonight? Why are we here? Fifth season, right? Fifth season. We're ready to go.
Starting the fifth season. 5 years of this now.
No. You've only been here for what? 3 of it?
Yes.
But you had to bear through the first 2 years watching it, right?
Well, and being a guest, you know.
Yeah, you were a guest several times. Let's see here. So, what are we starting with, Nico?
Oh, Andrew B. just dropped his phone in the toilet. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Don't do that, Andrew B.
5 years and still not prepared.
if I'm anything, Joseph, it's consistent.
That's funny.
That'll be all right. It's going to look very disorganized, but yeah, I agree, Ray. Too many leaves on the layout. I was just looking at mine.
I just blew everything off slightly because I was hoping to run a train today and I never got to it.
Hoping and just didn't quite get there.
Nope.
I've got 2 large piles of brush out there from limbs I had taken off my tree before they fall on the house and my layout. And I think I'm just going to pay somebody to haul those off because who's got time for that?
Slacker.
Exactly. You're going to find there was a lot of slacking on my part tonight. So just, don't judge me too harshly.
You just got to get out there and start laying.
Yes. Perfection does take time, Brian. And hopefully I get to it in my lifetime, but we'll see.
You just jumped over what I was saying here.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say? Still hoping to lay track.
Yeah, you got to just start.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree. My
biggest, everything I always tell to everybody when they start talking about building a layout, I'm like, get something running. I don't care how big the layout is, just start running it. You could always expand it.
And if I was prepared tonight, I'd touch more on that. I'd show you again how my layout started as a very small thing and kept growing. It's probably going to grow more. So,
one gentleman I was friends with started out with, one of the LGB starter sets because he thought it would look, cute going around one tree in his yard. And from that, it eventually took over the whole backyard.
That's the way it should work, right?
Yep.
So let's see what we got going on here tonight. Let's see. Give me one moment here while we pull up the calendar. There it is. So, as always, if you head on over to largescaletrains.com, we try to keep a active listing of G-scale related events on there. If there's something missing that we should have on there, there is a event submission on there that you can put it on there. We'll get it added to the calendar after we review it. there is one thing missing off of here, and I just now realized that, but I don't even think the website's updated yet for them. So I won't go too deep into this first one right away. We'll come back around to it, but May 9th and 10th here in Northeast Ohio is going to be the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo. That'll be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. both days. Formerly the Northeast Ohio Large Scale Train Show. And like I said, we'll come back around to some details on that in a little bit.
Can we circle back?
Yeah, circle on back.
What's next?
I thought you said let's circle back.
No, I was just being funny.
Ha ha ha. I need a laugh track. And of course, all this stuff is for next year. I don't know of anything this year coming up G-Skill related at the moment. In June next year, 18th to the 22nd, will be the 40th National Garden Railway Convention out in Sacramento, California. And of course, July 13th to the 18th will be the Big Train Operators 2025 convention in Helen, Georgia. And as always, if you head on over to the website and you click into these, I do have info that gets you to the official websites with further info in that. One thing that's missing from that calendar, and I'll bring up the website, is, they don't have it updated on their site yet. So the 2025 Northeast Large Scale Train Show, it's not on their website, but let's see, how am I going to do this? Make myself bigger here. I will show you this fine ad that I have here. So May 3rd and 4th is the Northeast Large Scale Train Show in Massachusetts. I will get that added to my website here soon. I was hoping it'd be updated on their website, but thankfully, apparently, they haven't reached perfection, just like I haven't yet.
Well, they usually focus on that huge show in January before worrying about the large scale show in April.
But their show is coming up.
So Larry just said you might want to confirm the date. I lost my mouse, damn it. There it is.
Might want to confirm the date.
The date for which one, Larry?
Well, in the New Garden Trains Annual, the date is May 3rd and 4th. And I can tell you, Larry, I talked to Mr. Sacerdote 2, maybe 3 weeks ago and did confirm that the dates for the show are May 3rd and 4th. I thought it was going to be the last weekend of April, but it is May 3rd and 4th from what he told me, unless you got inside info of something that's changed in the last couple of weeks. But
yeah, Larry, what do you got? Spill your guts.
All right, Larry. When did you talk to him? We're gonna make Larry come on the show here and put him on the hot seat. Oh, wait a minute. We had him on the show before. He about sucked the air out of the room.
Yep.
I agree with Joseph. I agree with Joseph. 3rd and 4th sound right. Larry never sounds right.
No.
Earlier this week. Oh, all right. Well, I will update everybody for certain what those dates are. Since they're not on the official website for the show, I can't tell you for certain. No idea what Chuck Lairdy's talking about there in the chat. At any rate,
he's talking to Kevin Huggins. Because Kevin's up here. See, Kevin's here, said hello, and then
okay. I'm like, who's Highballer Huggins? I'm like, okay, now I see it. Yes. So And I just got a text message from our sponsor, which with that reminder, I'll go ahead and show his sponsor video. And when we be right back, we'll take a look at some of the new announcements and what have you that we've heard. So give me one moment and we will be right back from our sponsor.
The following episode of Large Scale Live is brought to you by Splitjaw, makers of quality metal products for the G-scale modeling world. For rail clamps, expansion joints, bridges, and more, Splitjaw Products has you covered. For more information, visit their website at www.railclamp.com.
And thinking of David, he messaged me to say he didn't get a chance to send out an email notification to his subscribers because they just got their internet back. David's home is one of many that were in the path of the storms down that way, so he's been roughing it a little bit, let's say. But him and his family are doing all right from what he's told me. So
I'm messaging John right now, see what he says.
Uh-oh. Now you're going to do it.
Well, I want to make sure what...
Yeah, Larry's all over it now. You better get in the car and drive over to Sacradoti's house, Larry. Get to the bottom of this.
I'm sure John will be so happy.
Yeah. Imagine, 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening, Larry banging on your door.
Yeah.
So, while you're working on that, Larry says that's too far for him to drive.
Yeah.
So in the world of things that are new and exciting, of course, as I had already held up, is the 2024 Garden Trains Annual by White River Productions is out now. I picked up my copy of it when I saw Dan from Star Hobby at the local show. There's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff, a lot of great pictures, a lot of great articles. Kind of curious on this one on building in the right way. Looks like they're working on building.
Why don't you make your
a portable? Yeah, how about I do that? That sounds like
we could actually see what you're doing. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, he wants to see what I'm doing.
There you go.
So,
look, he's a big boy now.
Yeah. No, I want to be a challenger, not a big boy.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it looks like there's a couple of good articles on several things in here. That one looks like it's on building like a portable track setup, which I could see coming in handy for me. Just leafing through here real quick, but there's a ton of good content in here. I'd highly recommend picking up a copy. I'd say it's kind of like consistency of a soft cover kind of book. It's definitely way more than a magazine.
What's the cost on that, Andrew?
The cost on, where did it go? Oh, nope, you don't want that. Why is it not on the screen? There it is. So the cost on that is $34.95. Ooh, and I just saw Larry say he's waxing his back. I don't need it. Mr. Ted Yarborough got his copy of Garden Trains Annual and says it's great. JR, where do I get this magazine? Well, I will drop in the chat here a link. If you go on over to shop.whiteriverproductions.com, you can find the Garden Trains Annual, or click the link I put in the chat. Should be popping up on YouTube and Facebook there.
So Mr. Coastal Nomad there said the Midwest Gathering will be June 4th through 7th.
Thank you. Okay, that's one I got to get on the calendar.
I also reached out to that club. I forgot what I reached out to them for, but I never got a response back from, I don't know who the president is of the Tulsa Club, but I did try and reach out to them, but I never got an email back.
let's see here. So Garden Trains Annual. We have, come up here. If you are a chassis system fan and potentially a GP60M fan, Robbie at RLD Hobbies is actually doing a custom run. Looks like 2 different cab numbers of a chassis system GP60M. He did a poll online here not too long ago asking people if he'd do a fantasy paint scheme, what they would want. And chassis system won out, which I got to say, it looks pretty good on it. He's currently taking pre-orders on that, as you can see. I will drop a link to that site in the chat as well for anybody that would like to check that out. Railway Roundhouse, thanks for asking. Yeah, other than Nico and I have to look at each other, we're not doing too bad.
And we have to talk to each other, a lot.
Yeah. We've been talking to each other way too much lately.
Yes.
Let's see here. We got the Garden Trains Annual. The Bachmann GP40s are out. Let's see. The GP40s are out. I checked online a couple places. RLD Hobbies, Reindeer Pass Railroad, and Train World actually shows them all as in stock. I have to imagine Star Hobby has them or is going to be getting them. Like, they're usually one of the first ones to get new stuff like that from Bachmann, but I can't confirm if they have those yet or not. Someone in the chat may be able to do that, but it seems several places have those in stock already. Oh, yep. I got you there, Steve. The few things that I do remember that it's you and Pamela behind the Railway Roundhouse. No, Larry, we didn't get married. The divorce would be too expensive.
Plus, we're both spoken for.
So. Keith, let's see. Any further timing updates on the CPKC SD70 that Robbie has on order? I don't know, because I'm trying to remember. Was that one that Robbie was originally doing, or was that one that he took over from somebody else? Text the store up in Canada. I always forget the name.
Art Nap or the other one?
No.
Winona?
Yeah. Let me see here.
So for new releases, they don't even have that engine listed.
USA?
Yeah.
Because it's a special run.
Well, I'm saying, like, in new releases, they're talking about what they're going to be running next.
Let's see here.
And I don't even see the SD70 in there, but I know they were talking about it.
Yeah, so I don't know about on Robbie's site. Here it is over on Winona Garden Railway's site. Okay. Yeah, that would probably make sense. Keith said they're going together on it, I believe. Yeah, I don't have any update on that for you. As it says on Winona's website, coming in 2025. I'll have to make a note to ask about that.
Well, like I'm saying, they don't even have it listed as, next to be run on USA trains.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Let's see. What else do we have?
We have the new USA stuff that was announced.
Do you have that handy in front of you?
I do. I just have to present.
While you're doing that, that'll give me a moment to look for the other item I was looking for on my end.
Here we go. So, why didn't I share? Did it share?
So that we could preload stuff without everything popping on the screen, I turned off the option that automatically shares stuff when we select it.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't get a chance to tell you that beforehand.
So there are the 42-foot tankers that they're going to be making.
Okay.
So this is, and then we have 55 foot. Will that switch, or do I have to switch screens?
Switch to what?
Switch to a different screen. Do I have to? Confused.
Did a new tab open when you clicked on something? Was that what happened?
No, I just switched tabs, but
Yeah.
I guess I got to go to the different. Sorry.
Yeah. Or you could take what opened in the other tab and paste the link in the one that was open. One and one half dozen of the other.
Yeah, I'll get there.
You'll get there.
Slowly but surely.
It's nice to know that even Nico's not perfect.
Yeah, I'm far from perfect. So I think you got to let pop it up there.
Well, while you're playing around with that, I'll at least show the USA Trains new Halloween car for the year that glows in the dark. I think I'd like to see that. So yeah,
Robbie had it at the open house.
He did?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I see. Actually, if I zoom in here, I see they kind of have an image of it glowing in the dark. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. I believe Mr. Barrier bought one, and so did maybe some other people. I don't want to ruin it for other.
Oh, yeah, don't ruin surprises.
Yeah, I just thought about that after I said it. So sorry if I ruined any surprises.
It also looks like they have the prior year cars in stock as well. Well, I didn't realize they've actually made that many Halloween cars. It's become a pretty popular thing, it seems. Kind of disappointed I didn't have a Halloween train now this year.
Yeah.
You ready for the next thing you were going to go to there, Nico?
Yeah, these are the 55 foot.
Okay.
So that's what they got there.
Can you zoom in on that some?
I can, I think.
Just curious what they have to offer there.
Did that work?
Yep, that worked.
So you got UTLX, ADM, Engelhard, Sunoco, Airco, US Rail Leasing, DuPont, Union Pacific, the ever popular Hooker Chemicals, and Procore.
Procore. Oh man, that's Kyle. Kyle already saw it.
Yep. And then let me see if I could do this. Does that work? Can I do that? Nope, I can't do that. Hold on, let me do this then, because then I can just switch over what you said, and we're gonna go to. We should be able to switch. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, here we go. Yep. And Aunt D just asked about that.
And then the 4-bay covered hoppers there. So you have undecorated, Bensef, UP, Denver and Rio Grande there for Cody.
Now, I can't read, but is the undecorated got data on it, or is it completely undecorated?
Yeah, you can see that there's data on the.
Oh, okay.
So you have data. Great Northern, CSX, Burlington Northern, Norfolk Southern, Shell, ADMX, Saskatchewan, Grain Train.
Kyle's all in. He says all 455-footer already got pre-ordered. And Brian Richards is getting his credit card ready.
And you got Alberta. You got another undecorated in white, and then the old Santa Fe brown there on the side. So those are coming back again also.
I feel like there's a song that we could play for that, but something about coming back around again. I don't know.
Yep. But they did not, like I said, they have, here's the locomotives they have listed. And they do not have the SD70 listed. And then if you scroll down here, they have the new releases. And they do not have the SD70 listed. But I know they were talking about running that next too. So that should be coming down the pike.
Okay. Let's see here. That's what I was looking for. The other thing I had here is I do get the MTH Electric Trains newsletter when they have G gauge updates.
Sure, you get it.
gauge.
You get it for the O scale. Stop lying.
No, my name's not Dackman. So they got a couple of things. One you'll see to the right is they have some uncatalogued Rail King 1 gauge G scale flat cars with pipe loads that they announced. But I'll come back to those in a moment, because I imagine the thing that's tantalizing most people are the uncatalogued SD70 Ace locomotives in the CSX paint schemes. Looks like they're doing the first responders unit, also doing the veterans, and of course the law enforcement. And these are actually Train World exclusives. I believe they are the only ones that have those. And I will I'll put a link in the chat here that goes to this newsletter if anybody would like to go there and check them out. And of course, as I said, the flat card.
I'm with Andrew B.
Yeah, I don't want to knock it. I mean, I'd probably be a little bit more excited if they were 129th scale.
Yes.
It is what it is. But there's some people that do like the 132nd stuff. And the little bit I saw of it at Robbie's Open House, I know I think Brian Richards was running. Was he running an MTH one? And Larry Tolbert was as well. But the flat cars we were looking at, looks like those are going to be in Pennsylvania Railroad. It's just the two road names we're going to do those in, or two different numbers in the same road name. How's that? And then the last thing that I have is, let's see.
What do you have? What do
I have? I was getting distracted by the chat again. Where'd it go? There it is. So here, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks, month ago, Bachman on their social media had put up that they are doing a customer interest survey. And I thought it was a pretty decent survey, asking people what road names and different things that they would possibly be interested in. And sorry, I said Joseph Lipinski. Say no, Larry, just no. That always concerns me.
Well, your big boy is 132, but it's the second largest.
The second largest?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So anyway, I encourage everybody actually to fill out Bachman's survey and give them feedback on what they would like to see. And I will actually put in the chat the link that goes directly to their survey if you would like to go and fill that out.
I did. Never hurts.
I filled mine out as well. Hopefully it makes an impact, because obviously, manufacturers do want to make what their customers ultimately are looking for.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Well, sometimes they ask and everybody tells them, and then they go completely a different direction.
This is true. So, did I have anything else left on my list?
I don't know.
Whenever the Bachman, Halloween cars, the MTH stuff, you did.
I don't think Kyle remembers how to spell Conrail. Contail.
Contail? Maybe it's a drink. Like a cocktail. It's a contail.
Sounds good. Next time over your house, Kyle, you got to make me one of those.
So I guess with that said, let's circle back around, as I said earlier, to this. Take it away, Nico. No.
What'd I do? What happened?
I circled back around, remember?
Oh, let's circle back.
So,
what happened?
What happened? We landed back at the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo. So
Formerly, the
formally,
Northeast Ohio Large Scale Train Show.
so if any of you have come to the show in Ohio in the last 4 years, you would have come to the Northeast Ohio Large Scale Train Show, which of course was held at the Scope Senior Center, which worked for the first several years. The show this year, Nico was there. I tell you what, we had about every nook and cranny of the place filled.
Yep.
We had the main room upstairs was full of vendors. We had a few vendors out in the lobby area. We had another room of vendors downstairs. Plus the club layout that's in the basement. It just the capacity got beyond maximized. So we started looking at where we could move the show to for next year, and somehow in a moment of insanity, we landed on let's go big or go broke, I guess. What do we got here? Color. What's that say? Color Country Model Railroad Club has their train show November 8th and 11th.
Is that a large scale train show, or
not sure on that one?
If you could send us more info on that.
Yeah.
You want to pop up the email address there?
Huh?
Pop up the email address so we can send us more info on that.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I thought you were okay. Hang on. Emails. There we go. info@largescaletrains.com. If you would like to send us some more info on that. Sorry, didn't realize it's been 2 months since we've been together doing this. I guess we're just not synced up yet.
Yeah.
Oh, he says here
all scales,
but there are several large scale layouts. Oh, very nice. Are they? I'm assuming it's a couple of clubs coming set up, or it's always nice to see that.
Yep.
So on the Great Lakes Train Expo, large scale train expo.
So what are we going to be doing there? Tell me more about it. Tell me.
Well, I might have less hair by then. So we're kind of trying to create a more, premium experience, I guess. If you've been to, over to York to the East Coast Large Scale Train Show, or up to show up in Massachusetts to the Northeast, I've taken a lot of inspirations from those, and I'm not the only person working on this. Nico is, our friend Darren, and we want to kind of scale it up. So one, we went with a name change to kind of reflect the growth of it and to make it not seem quite as localized as just Northeast Ohio. The Great Lakes region covers about 7 states, I think, plus Ontario.
Yeah, we went through a few different names.
Yeah. A couple of those got shot down. So the show for next year, which of course is going to be Friday, May 9th and Saturday, May 10th, we are going to the Metroplex Expo Center in Girard, Ohio, which is about 20 minutes from where the show used to be. This facility is
on one floor.
On one floor, as you can see from the picture. It's all one floor. As you can see from the map down at the bottom, it is right off of Interstate 80. Thanks, Kenny. Thanks. It's right off of Interstate 80. We've got about 4 or 5 hotels that are within a half-mile radius of the place. Now, the facility itself is actually a total of 30,000 square feet. Right now, we're using just over a little bit over 18,000 square feet. But if I have my way, I'll have all 30,000. But yeah, it is all one level. There's a pull-in garage bay for people that have stuff on carts and that that you can just wheel your stuff right out into the venue.
It's a carpeted venue.
Huh?
It's a carpeted venue.
It is carpeted, but think, like, I don't know carpet styling, but it's the real low. It's not like it's got shag carpeting in it. It's not the 70s. think of like carpeting that you'd see in a hotel lobby, that type of carpeting. What's that called?
In an office.
Yeah, that type of stuff. But yeah,
industrial carpet.
Yeah, there's no elevators, inclines, stairs, springboards, none of that stuff to deal with. You can walk right in the door and go into the venue. I'm working on, we'd like to get several clubs there set up. Right now I have a commitment from the Lakeshore Garden Railway Club out of Southeast Michigan. They're going to come and set up their 40 by 40 modular layout. Robert Galvin. Hey, Robert. I remember talking to you at RLD, and I promised you'd ever remember your name because your last name lines up with the head boss guy from Unstoppable, Oscar Galvin, or I think it was Oscar. His last name was Galvin. I remember that much. But I remember talking to you. Any campgrounds nearby? Robert, I will have to get back to you on that one. I believe there is. Mr. Kyle Kuiper, if you're in the chat, I believe you stayed at a campground when you came over for our show the one time. If you'd be so kind as to maybe drop in the chat for Robert where that might have been you stayed at. Ah, there we go. Mosquito Lake Campgrounds. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you the last time I went camping, I was about 7. And I was up at Niagara Falls, I remember.
Darren said it's 15 minutes away. Let's not go into your childhood.
Yeah. Hey, it was a good experience. I woke up at 5 a.m. and didn't realize that like the train tracks were right across the street. Or my dad yelling at me to get back in the tent. I was all excited a train was going by. So yeah, there's a ton of parking at the venue. We're going to have food and concessions there for people. As I said, we have one club committed, and I'm talking to several other ones. I don't want to mention them because I don't want to put them on the spot. But my goal is to have at least 3, maybe 4 clubs there. I got plenty of time to work on that. Let's see here. And of course, if you haven't seen our flyer for it,
or if you are any club that would be willing to come out and set up, let us know.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Yeah, if you're just now hearing about it and you're a club or an exhibitor or a vendor and you're interested, let us know. You might notice on the flyer the picture of the 7.5-inch gauge train, and that guy, I think that guy's name's Darren that's sitting on it. I don't know. So we're expanding the scope of the show out a little bit. Now, I know, most of us, you go to an all-scale show, and we're lucky if we find a little bit of G there. So we didn't want to go that direction and add smaller scales in. Going into the ride-on scales, there's actually, I'm going to say 5 clubs in Ohio that are ride-on scales. And we think that the ride-on scales and G gauge would mesh very well together. I've seen some of that stuff brought in up at the show in Massachusetts, and it seemed to mesh very well.
It's you're doing the same thing. You're working outside. Yeah. They're kind of doing the same thing we are, just on a larger scale.
Yeah. So, we think the two will complement each other well. I don't think either one is going to choke the other one out. Although 7.5 takes up a little bit of space, but I don't think we're going to have any issues with it. Everybody keeps working on me, telling me I need to get into 7.5. I don't see it happening.
It's fun.
if you go over to the official website,
I was running a 7.5-inch -9 this weekend.
oh, sweet. On the attending the show, there is a little bit of info on there with the dates and times. I said it's, there's that nifty pop-up. If you would be so inclined to sign up for the newsletter on there, you can actually get updates as they become available if you're interested in being a vendor or just attending the show. Brian Richards says Nico is headed to the dark side.
What dark side?
And Larry's talking about Z-scale for some reason.
Okay.
I think the admission for the show is fairly reasonable. $8 for one day, $14 for two. Of course, kids 12 and under are free, with an adult, unless you make arrangements with Nico to watch your kids for the day. Free parking. I didn't think that was a thing, but I was told to make sure I emphasize free parking. Which I always like the surprise when I get to some big show and it's $5 to park.
I believe. Well, I'm not trying to bash the Northeast
Oh,
show.
no, I'm just saying.
But they do charge. I believe it's $10 to park.
Wow. I guess I really just don't think about it, but to some people, I guess it's it's an important thing to know. Up on the website, there is a vendor registration and exhibitor registration link on there now. Exhibitor being that you're a a club, non-profit, not non-retail, and you just want to show what you have or different things like that. So select the appropriate one. It'll actually take you to a form to fill out your info and send it over to us, and we'll get back to you on it. I guess I don't have that listed right there. The pricing on that is I saw Joseph's comment there. Is $60 for an 8-foot table. Or if you're looking to do booth space, it works out to $1.50 a square foot. And then, of course, as I was mentioning, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 hotels listed here that are all within a half-mile radius of the hotel of the venue.
Kyle wants to know how much for a club to come. Get in touch with us, Kyle, and we'll go over the details.
Yeah,
and then,
reach out and touch us, Kyle.
Wait, no. And then Joseph and I think Larry both said that it's the fairground that charges, not the show.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not trying to bash the show. I was just saying that when you do go there, you have to pay.
Yeah.
Will
Dan.
there be a dragon bread? Please stop clicking on stuff when I'm clicking on it.
Will there be a dragon brag?
I am talking with Andrew and Darren about either doing a modeling contest.
No yellow Speedos, Larry.
And
not that kind.
Yeah, no modeling Speedos. We're talking about G-scale modeling, G-scale model homes, G-scale model buildings, G-scale model trains, engines, no Speedos.
Yeah.
So, yes, we're thinking of that. And we're also, so that would kind of be the dragon brag, where you would have a modeling contest and the dragon brag section.
But dragon brag is actually a coined term by one of the online forums, is it not?
Yes, that was from Large Scale Central. Oh, he's saying no thank you to that. Okay. And, Darren said, sorry. There is Chestnut Ridge Campgrounds in Hubbard, Ohio, 15 minutes from Expo Center.
Let's see here.
And Mikey wants to know if we're going to drop trains.
If we're going to do what?
Drop trains. He said gravity race. So I'm assuming he just wants to drop them, see which one hits the floor fastest.
No, I think he's gravity race. I wonder if he's talking like, freewheeling cars down a ramp or something. We're actually talking about doing some different things at this show, because we want it to grow and be more than just going and buying trains. We're talking about doing some type of like race for the kids, kind of like or very similar to what the Big Train Operators Club does at their conventions. They do the Fortuna Flyers and the Egg Liners. They'll do a race with them. Trying to work the details for that out.
There's when I used to do the Allentown show, First Frost and Spring Thaw, they had a fold-out O-scale track, and the kids would put their O-scale train or use one of the trains, and it had like a lot of zigzags through it and go around and came back and zigzagged. And they would, either you went too fast and the car would derail, the train would derail, or you would make it through and they would get winners, and then the winner would go to the next level, and then at the end they would have a thing, and the kids would win a prize.
Also on our list of things, those of you that are familiar with Steve and Melinda Jungst and their clinics that they've been doing with the kids, where they get their own flat car and build loads for them, and also they get to decorate some G-scale buildings. I'm not trying to oversimplify it, but they're actually coming to the show, and they're going to do several kids clinics, so the kids get some hands-on activity. You got to get them interested as young as you can.
I don't know what this is. Somebody can explain. Oh, sorry, not that. This. What's a Nomi races?
Nomi races? Oh, why? For some reason, that's I should be thinking of something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to read a message from Darren.
Yeah, he said, oh, well, I was going to mention that when you were still talking. He's talking about the 3D scanning.
Yeah. Yeah. So LGB. John's saying LGB friction powered cars. Oh,
the little Nomi cars were.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember those.
Okay.
LGB train, yep.
Oh, Keith wants to have a tractive effort poll contest. Bring your best poller and see who's the dog, or who strips the gears out of their loco.
Well, it's like what do you call that? Tractor pulls. Where they pull the sled.
Okay.
But we do have 3D scanning people coming, correct?
I don't have like on paper from them yet,
okay. But we're in discussions to have somebody that scans and prints you in 129 scale.
Yeah. They said that they're coming. Like I said, I don't have anything written on paper yet, but yeah, as far as I know, they're coming.
We're still kind of early in getting the show, nailed down. A lot of people aren't even thinking about this stuff until after Christmas. So
exactly. But yeah, anybody that was up at the Massachusetts show earlier this year, there was a place there that was doing 3D scanning, and I don't have my little figure here anywhere.
No,
but
Vinny just took mine outside. Actually, I think I have you over there.
Oh,
hold on, I'll get you.
Oh, you keep me close, huh? That's nice to know. John, I could not agree with you more. And Brian apparently has to make plans to go after that.
Oh.
Hey, there he is.
There's little Andrew.
Hey, it's little Andrew. So yeah, so that was it Figure Fusion, I think.
Yeah, but you
up
could
there?
see like even they printed, and he's wearing a large scale live shirt, and you could see the shirt on him.
Yeah, it's little Andrew, John.
Yeah,
Everybody should have a little Andrew. Not a
Andrew.
lot of Andrew. It's too much.
I still don't know why his head's tilted though.
I don't know. It's probably glare. I haven't been able to get out of it. So yeah, so we have a company very similar to them that we're lining up to come to the show that you'll be able to get yourself 3D scanned.
You could even see the tattoos on his arms.
Oh, who's that?
That's Gerald.
Oh,
Little Gerald.
little Gerald. Yeah, I haven't seen the Gerald. Yeah, that came out really nice.
Yeah. You see his little tattoos on his arms and stuff.
Huh. That is wow.
And the guy, I don't know why, but he sent me an HO scale Gerald too.
Ah. Here's a
Even a littler Gerald.
Wait, he had an HO version done? Wow.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know why, but the guy sent me one. I didn't ask for it, but
So TB Outdoor Boys asked, are there going to be 3D printed parts and cars at the Great Lakes?
yes.
Yes.
Well, parts, yes.
Yeah, because Nico will have his line of 4-track RR parts. Cars.
See, like Streamliners parts.
Oh yeah.
And Streamliner truck parts. And
You're just a printing machine over there, aren't you?
GP40 parts.
GP40 parts.
Well, this part for the truck. Swing hanger.
Sweet. So yeah, to answer your question, TB, definitely going to be 3D printed parts there. Cars, I hope that there is. Again, as Nico said, it's still a little bit early in the process. Like I don't have everything exactly lined up at the moment. The venue's lined up. That's all taken care of.
We're talking to all the different vendors, trying to get interest and get people to commit. Obviously,
let me tell you, I don't know how John Sacerdoti does it. I really don't know. Before the live stream started, I was talking to 2 different people that called about being vendors at the show. So we're definitely getting steady interest, and we plan to have the place filled. And as I said, if I have my way, it'll be 30,000 square feet. Wherever Darren's at, he's having a Fred Sanford moment right now. I'm going like,
I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming.
So yeah, the other thing that we're toying with, we just were thinking about it the other day, is a lot of times there's people that may have one item that they wanted to sell, or maybe 5 or whatever, not enough that they actually want to get a table. So we're thinking about doing some type of white elephant table where you can bring in your items. We'll give you a tag. You tell us what price you want on it and we'll put it on the white elephant table and sell it for you with some type of commission on that for selling it for you. I'm not quite sure what that would be at the second, because we haven't worked that out, but 2 people I've talked to, it sounds like the idea of doing a white elephant table like that's a really good idea, because like I said, there's a lot of people that might only have a couple things they want to sell, but they're not going to get a whole table just for that,
Yeah, makes sense. So to answer Chuck's question, yeah, that's how I bought Andrew and my other friend there. I called them back up or emailed them and asked them for certain people. And then they printed them out and shipped them to me.
Now, keep in mind that, the person does have to give permission. Like
Correct.
You can't just randomly call up and get prints of people. Like I gave them permission to, let Nico have prints of me. I see the Stephen Pamela from the Railway Roundhouse said they'd probably be interested. We're relocating to Kansas City, so 9 hours closer.
There you
go. And I'm assuming you're talking about the White Elephant Table Railway Roundhouse. Yeah, I think it would work out really well. And actually, I see Coastal Nomad just said something. I guess I'd forgot that you guys were moving to Kansas City. That's right. That's got to be a pretty good move to make. Let's see. Was there anything else we needed to mention about that right now that I can think of?
Nope. Just, let everybody know, spread the word. If you know any of your favorite vendors, try and let them know about it. Get them there. We want to try and get as many people as we can there, obviously, to grow the show even further. We want it to be an annual event where everybody can get together and see all their friends and, have a good time.
And I will actually, let's see if I put it up here. Sure, I typed this right. Put the wrong URL in there. Oh, that's right. So I'll put that on the screen. So if you're wanting to check out the site, sign up for the email newsletter to get updates on it. It's GreatLakesTrainExpo.com. And I will also drop that in the chat for everybody. What is the link for the Garden Railroad magazine?
You posted that already, didn't you?
Yeah.
Up further. It's up in the links there.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me at the moment, Jeff. If you scroll up in the chat, it was... give me 1 second. Let me look here real quick. Real quick, right?
I'm already up there. MT.
Yeah,
It was right up in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, it's shopwhiteriverproductions.com is the site.
I went too far. This time I've gone too far.
Too far? Too far?
Yep.
Does anybody ever go just far enough?
No.
I feel that's how Larry Otis is. Like, because if he went too far, like none of us would hang around him. So he goes just far enough to where, like, he's on the limits.
There it is.
Thank you, Nico.
That's what I was gonna say. I went Larry Otis. Too far.
You want Larry Otis?
Yes.
Never go full Larry Otis.
No.
I sent something to you in the chat earlier there, Nico. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Probably not. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. You want to do a giveaway?
Sure.
We could do one of my lowering kits if you want.
We can do that.
Choice of lowering kit.
Choice of lowering kit. Let's see. Do you have them to show at the moment or no?
I could pull them up really quick.
Okay. Because I got to pull up the giveaway tool.
So we'll both leave.
I need like some like fancy like giveaway like waiting music. I think that's copyrighted.
No,
don't do
that. All right. There we go. So if I go here and go present, share screen. Where's my screen? There we go. So there you go. You have a choice of lowering bolsters for smooth sides, lowering bolster for a two-bay covered hopper, FB lowering kit. This is the smooth side set with Oh, sorry. This is the one with KD pads up here.
Hey, you're not sharing, man.
I am sharing. It's highlighted. Damn it. Oh, you know what? I got to add it back. Hold on. Darn it.
I was tapping to look. I'm like, wait a minute. You're not sharing.
Sorry, guys. I'm not very bright. All right. Now you can see it. So this one up here is the Streamliner with a set of KD mounts. This is the lowering bolster Aristo 2-bay, FA, FB set of 2. So that's set of 2 just means enough for one car or one logo. Lowering bolsters without KDs, lowering bolster just for the 40-foot freight cars, and then this is the lowering bolster with the KD pad. So you get your choice of which one you want to win.
And if you go over to Nico's YouTube channel, he does have videos on how to install those.
Yep, and actually they're linked right in here. So if you go into one of them.
Very nice.
Oh, of course, I picked the one that doesn't have it.
Well, the passenger cars really don't need a video.
They just bolt straight on. But if you come down to here, you see there's the link for the YouTube. And that goes in and shows you how to do all that. And you could see me cutting up Andrew's car.
Yay! I'll cut up my own cars eventually here one day.
Sure you will.
So, with that said, if you'd like to enter to win your choice of lowering kits from Nico, just enter hashtag 4TrackRR in the chat. Just making sure I didn't screw that up. I did not.
Nico got robbed.
Yeah, we really need to make that the hashtag one night, you know?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Hashtag bowl. What the hell? Kyle doesn't know how to do hashtags.
No, I was trying to get to this one. I'm dim lit light bulb tonight. Yes. I'm a dim lit light bulb every night.
You got to get yourself closer to the light like me. See, like if I cover the lights up, I'm a little bit dimmer.
Well, I turn the light off up here. Otherwise, there's this big glare. So there you go. People are entering away.
So while they're doing that, I will take a moment here to show our sponsor ads for our friends at Me Loves Trains before I forget about it.
You always forget about me. That was quick.
Huh?
Yes, that was quick.
Oh, hey, there's our friend Tao.
Hey, I got a couple words for Tal. I got to talk to.
I like where to go. Railway Roundhouse. I'm with you, Nico. It's a hard life to stay lit bright.
Yep.
That should be on a T-shirt. The capitalization doesn't matter, John.
No.
It can be lowercase, uppercase, a combination.
J.R. Pruitt spelled it completely wrong. It's 4-track RR, not 4-track ER. So you might want to re-enter that there, JR.
I think we'll be seeing him in a few weeks, maybe, down at Mr. Barrier's. Is it Mr. Barrier? No, not Mr. Barrier. Who the heck's doing it?
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think who it is now. I'll remember. It's been a long day.
Uh-huh.
Long day. Oh, JR got it. So, while we're doing that, what do you got to show us on your end, Nico, on any updates with your layout or anything?
So we actually started construction the layout. We actually have a layout. So
that's always a big first step.
Yeah. Let me stop the screen share there and let me find the right one here. There we go. Okay. So I never do this right. Why can't I do anything right? Okay. Now I got to go back to this screen and then add it to the screen. There you go. So this was the first portion of our layout that we're actually constructing. So as you can see, we're just laying out some curves, figuring out this side has a rock wall that comes around and goes all the way back around this side. So we're just starting to get this figured out and getting some track in place. So now I got to go remove that one. Sorry, I suck at this. This is why I bust Andrew's chops, because I can't do it at all either. So, so there we are. Hold on. I'll go back here and back here. Andrew's a lot better. There you can see me and Vinny starting to lay out some of the track with some ballast. So we put the landscape fabric down, and then right on top of that, we ballasted.
It's amazing. You got the same pose there as you do in your 3D printed version.
Hey, look at that. Maybe that's my 3D printed version there. You can see our depot in the back there, corner sticking out. That's a 12 by 24 depot the trains are going to run in and out of. One day you got to show me how to do this better.
That's all right. I got to relearn it every time.
Yes.
Hey, and speaking of which, folks may have noticed, instead of 720p tonight, we are 1080p. So, now you can probably see the pores on my forehead better.
Stop saying that. I'm going to have to pee. So, yeah, here's Vinny and I still working, cleaning, laying out the track. You can see the ballast here. So we laid out the ballast as we built it, and then went back and, leveled it. And then, let's see.
Brian Richards wants to know when the open house is.
We're planning on trying one in the spring. I'm hoping to have more of the overall layout done. What am I trying to show here? So basically, this is a portion that is set, and then it runs around back by the depot. Let me go back to that other picture. This one. Let me go back to this and share that one. If I could just maybe steal Andrew's thing here. Let's see, did that work? Can you see that picture with me that in my pose there?
Yep.
Okay. So the track runs around, goes here, goes in front of the depot, and then it's going to run all the way over to the fence. And then it's going to run all the way down the fence line and then circle back around, come back up. So we still have a little ways to go. I'll keep updating you on the progress. And we can keep discussing that, or if anybody has any questions. The layout is on the ground-ish. Like I said, some of it has like a slight elevation, but everything's on a yard in the depot, and it's going to run out of either end of the depot and run down to the track. So technically, I'm not going to have to carry anything onto the railroad. If somebody comes and visits, there'll be a spot for them to kind of set their train up. So it's going to be, so Keith is asking how many tracks. It's going to be 2 loops right now, and then that's like our first phase. And the second phase will be to add another loop, like as a logging line, something kind of intertwined in between everything. But most of what Vinny runs is modern. And I have, steam engines and modern stuff. So I have like a lot of transition era and then newer. So, I mean, I don't have an actual feet of railroad yet, but I'll keep updating you. What does he say? Do you have a track plan or just doing what feels right? No, I do have a track plan. I could share. I don't have it with me right now, but I could share that next time. Steve was actually here today, and he saw the progress. State of confusion usually, but Virginia. I am down southeast Virginia.
Tidewater area of Virginia?
Yes. Thank you. And what does anyone I could possibly have? I know they're hard to come by. Extra brass tracks.
I wish I had extra brass.
Yes.
Probably wish you had extra stainless.
Yes. Yeah, your best bet is just search around local shows. I mean, that's your best bet, or try and find somebody selling it locally. So that's what I got so far. I wish I had a little bit more to expand on there, but Vinny's going to have a lot of sightings for operation. I'm a roundy rounder. I just like to put the train on, sit back, have a beer, and watch them go around. So
and wrecking the Jonathan's train.
Yeah. When he puts it right on the main line. Yep.
Asked if there's a place they can follow the layout along on the build. Actually, yeah, right here on the live stream. But,
yes.
Nico's going to try and keep us updated during the stream. I don't know. Do you put anything on your 4-track Facebook page about it at all, Nico, or no?
No, just my personal one, but I'll start posting stuff on the 4-track also.
It's okay if you're late, Mark. Just, remember to enter hashtag 4TrackRR if you'd like to enter the giveaway.
I am doing stainless. So I had a friend talk me into stainless years ago when the kids were very tiny, and I'm kind of glad I went that way. It works really good. It minimal maintenance, and I run track power mainly. So, and I always do want to keep track power just in case anybody else wants to come and run on my layout. I always, when we had open houses, a lot of times we had younger kids who would come with their starter set locomotives or something like that. And, just to see them happy to see their, engine, 2 cars running around on a huge layout, they were always ecstatic about that. So my layouts will always have electricity, whether I convert or not. So.
That's the way I feel about it. I mean, I run fixed voltage for myself most of the time anyhow, but it's nice to be able to accommodate everybody. Everybody wants to have fun. Well, I think it's time we can go ahead and do the drawing on that giveaway. Would you agree?
Sure.
Let's see. Let me share my screen. I think we might have another giveaway after this one a little bit further in, so don't run away afterwards. There's still a chance to get something else. Let's see. We need that screen. There it is. Oh, there it is. And let me get rid of us out of the middle of it. There we go. That's better. So I will give that another moment there. And we will see
who wins. I entered, so hopefully I win.
Oh, sweet. But you got to ship it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see who our lucky winner is going to be.
I'll give it to Vinny to give to me.
Sure you'll get it back.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner is... Hey, Rachel Bowling is our lucky winner tonight.
Yay, Rachel!
Rachel, you know how to get a hold of both Nico and I, so I would say just hit Nico up directly if you like.
Because you'll actually get it if you talk to me. If you talk to Andrew, you might never see it. So,
what? Anybody that's ever sent me anything for the giveaway stuff, they get it. You're talking about me doing stuff personally for you. That's different.
That was for my business. That was for my business. Yeah, just saying it was for my business. Congratulations, Rachel.
Yes, congratulations. Did you have anything else to show on your layout at the moment, or no?
Nope, that's about all I got right now. Sorry.
I had a couple things I was going to show if I find it here. So as Nico was talking about running stuff, in and out, I'm starting to come to the realization that carrying stuff in and out of the house really just kind of sucks. So I've got some plans, as you can see if I zoom in here, that I'm thinking, you know what, we're going to go right into the shed. So my intentions is to cut in a switch there, which is one of these.
You can see where the prize is going already.
Yeah.
Right to Mike.
Oh, that's not how that works, Mike. What's yours is hers, not the other way around.
Yes.
So on my layout, I've been switching over to all the LGB 18,000 series switches because most things will run through them. The picture looks a little bit deceiving there. It looks like a sharper curve than it is, but it's not. So yeah, my intentions are is I'm going to cut in and run a track over to my shed. And I think what I'm going to do is use one of the roll-up chicken coop doors on there, because one of the nice things I think is I could probably disguise the corner of my shed to kind of look like a industrial destination, like it's a warehouse or something. Yeah, you've been living the good life, Kenny. Your layout's all elevated now. I agree, Joseph. What's hers is hers, and what's yours is also hers.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And what you haven't gotten yet, when you do get it, that's also hers. But that's okay. She deserves it.
Nothing but the best.
So yeah, so I'm thinking we're gonna go on into the shed, because let's face it, it'd be nice to come home from work, open up a door, run the train out, and just relax. I talked to Nico, and he's like, it's 7:00. He's like, oh, like I'm going outside to run some trains, and I'm going, oh man, by the time I carry everything out there, run for 45 minutes, carry it all back in, I'm not intending to leave all my stuff out of there. I'm thinking just a couple of tracks in there so that I can keep some stuff in there to make it easier to run when I want to play around. If you noticed the switch in the bottom left here, that's a Jonathan Straczynski thing. He wants me to put a switch there to loop around and connect to the back side of my staging yard, which, the more I look at it, the more it seems like it would make good sense to do.
Now you're going to have to step over the tracks over there.
Well, if I do it, I want to try and make it to where like it's a removable section or something, because that would cause me some issues. So yeah, I guess that's the same picture I was looking at before, but I think I got enough room there. Even if I got to use two engines to push cars up in the shed, I think it'll work out okay.
Michael says his parents use the doors for their chickens, and they work great.
Yeah, and that's what I was looking at. Let me see here. I didn't have anything pulled up for it, right? Come on now. Too many windows open here. Let me see here.
John's happy he went 36 inches off the ground.
This may not particularly be the one I'm going to go with, but for those that are wondering that don't know, this is what I'm talking about.
Does it come with the chicken?
I don't know. It'd be funny if it came with a fake chicken, though. Huh? So that's what I'm thinking about there. Just kind of little mini roll-up garage door, $40.
So you're going to have a track that snaps in and out, and then open the door and pop a track in, or
that, or I was thinking about, if I could possibly just notch the, two spots in the bottom of the door so it comes down and just closes right over it.
Okay.
Now, granted, this one's, set up for solar stuff, but you can wire them up differently. I don't know. It seems like it'd be a pretty clean type installation to do. Brian, I like the Ed, and Eddie reference.
If you could remove that bottom bar, you could put it on. Did you ever see the station platform from LGB? It snaps on both sides of the track, and you have the middle piece, and then you would just have the two rails, so it would come down and close, right on top of it.
I agree on that, Joseph. And I guess when I said a couple of tracks in there, that there'll be a
switch inside,
switch like right inside, or I might do like our friend Steven did on his and do the flexi track. Brian says add an Aristo re-railer and add some spacer on the sides.
Yeah, well, because the re-railer is shaped like that. That's why I was talking about the LGB thing. It's flat.
And Chuck, no. If I see that chicken dance car ever again, it'll be too soon. Yep. I forget what event it was I was at, and the club here had one of those running, and I swear it felt like that thing ran for 5 hours straight. I was about ready to go nuts. They made several different cars like that, if I remember correctly, though.
Yeah, they had Coca-Cola ones. They had the chicken dance, happy birthday.
So yeah, that's my intention, is to do some type of run-in area like that. Let's see here. Now, the other thing, as I was mentioning, that I've changed on my layout.
Wait, I found it.
You found what?
What are
you talking about?
Hold on, I'll show you. You gotta wait a minute. Remember, I'm technologically.
A 5-way turnout for my yard, John? I didn't think anybody made that.
Hold on. I'm almost there. There you go.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're talking.
See, it's one section. I mean, and you can cut it narrower if you want, but you can cut it to fit. And it's solid on both sides and in the middle, and you just have the two little cutouts for the track. So if you just took that bottom bar off and mounted it so it's flush with the top.
That would be, John, because Kyle threatened to throw it over the fence if you got it out, I think. And Brian likes your solution. I like that too.
Yep.
Ooh. Is that really $74.99 for that thing?
No, you could find them cheaper.
Okay, I was gonna say, wow.
Here's there's one on eBay for $25, another one $30. Yeah, I mean, you could find them for like $20-$30.
New Jersey and PA rail fan, probably cheaper just to print inserts. And that, I think I have seen some files up online for printing that stuff too.
Yep. That's another option. You do have 3D printers.
Yep.
You could print those parts and then put them right next to the ore cards.
The big one behind.
Yep.
Hang on. Since you mentioned them, I'll bring out the ore card.
One and only?
Oh, no. I got like probably about 8 or 9 of these that are printed.
No, I mean, I thought you were going to pull out one that was actually assembled.
No. What makes you think I'd have something like that sitting around?
That just goes to show you, Dan.
I love Dan, and I feel bad every day that I haven't finished that car yet. I blame Vinny. He printed his out and like assembled it in his sleep, and it just, he destroyed me.
That other guy printed out what, 90, 100 of them?
Oh, up at boy, I wish I had that picture in front of me. Yeah, he had a slew of those things. Mm-hmm. The other thing I was mentioning before was changing out the switches on my layout. I've started the process of getting rid of all of the Aristo 10-foot diameter. The only place they exist now is in a few sidings in my staging yard.
I know, I bought them.
Yeah. And some, because I got you those other ones too.
Yep.
The 18,000 series LGB switches, I mean, as you can see, they got a nice steady curve on them. I have a couple of the Ollie Valley 89-foot flat cars. I can run them through my crossover. They snake right through there just fine without issues. I think I had a better, oh, here's a top-down picture, I guess. Show you a little bit better. As you can see, I mean, there's one thing LGB did right with is those switches. I mean, like I said, I can't complain about them. Although
They're like
some people
14
come over and they derail
diameter.
on them and they blame them because they're LGB switches, but I never have any issues on them. So I tend to blame the other person's equipment. But let me see if I can. Oop, nope, don't really want that.
Oh,
So as I said, those are the 18,000 series. Now, something I did discover here not too long ago, well, and actually as a comparison, smack myself in the head with that. That's the 18,000. I forget what the model number is on this, but that's the smaller LGB switch. It's like the 8-foot diameter.
16,000.
16,000 is that is. So one of the oddities I discovered not too long ago is I picked up this switch that I thought was an LGB 18,000, and it matches up to it. But this is actually, well, I can't find it now. It's on here somewhere. I think it's something like Train Line 45 or something like that. Does that sound familiar, Nico?
Yeah. That's the company that Train Lee sells.
Okay. So, and the one thing
And they make various diameters too.
and what you'll notice different about these, and I didn't catch right away. Oop, the right one. LGB actually has the contacts in there for the electrical pickup. The Train Line 45 does not. That's actually just full plastic in there. But from what I've seen, they seem to work okay. And then
Dan wants you to buy a turkey door. He said, look at turkey door for 2 tracks.
And if you got a lot of room, your good old number 6s work, but I need to get another one of these yet. A turkey door? Really?
That's what he said.
Well, I'm going to have to look that up now, Dan. Every time I talk to Dan, I come away feeling so enlightened. Let's see. So one other thing I was going to show. I'll find it here.
Heath at KD Rail completely agrees with you.
So if let's scroll up here and find the picture. Here we go. So anybody that has the USA Open auto racks, typically you end up with, your regular die-cast cars on there, which if I throw that on the scale, that car weighs about 11 ounces. But, and I know the cars that you see in that picture are not, the proper year to be on an open auto rack. But it's also a 40-foot auto rack. So, I came across these at Five Below online about a week ago. They are plastic. And if I take the one I got sitting up here, weighs in at a whole 3.5 ounces. So you can put 4 of those on a flat car and it doesn't weigh 5 tons when you're done. Five Below shipped to me. I forget what the shipping was. These were $5 a piece. They're 1/24 scale. Let me see if I can find the link.
You got my order all wrong.
Huh?
I ordered 2 blue, 1 yellow, and 1 white Corvette.
Okay. I got 4 more in the box back here, so. let me see here. Five Below. And what they actually are is when I flipped it over and looked at it and looked at the markings on the bottom, the company that's making them apparently makes like cheaper 124 RC cars because it has like the markings and stuff where you'd adjust for the steering and stuff. And they just made them as friction cars. Let's see.
So these like pull back and you let them go and they go flying?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of these are sold out on their site. The best thing I would tell you is if you go to fivebelow.com and just search for friction cars, it should come up. Let me see here if I can.
We got a half an hour left. I don't know if you're gonna want to cover some of that RLD stuff too.
That's what I was getting ready to go to here. I was hoping to find a link here. All right, here I'll stick this one in the chat. This will at least get you to Five Below's site. This is actually for a short bed Ford F350 that is also $5, as you'll see there. Nope, I want cash back. As you can see, not in store, but they do have ship to home. But if you go on their site and just search friction car, you should find the rest of them. Like I said, they're super light. They're the right size. I mean, what's that, Nico?
Said styles may vary.
Styles may vary. Yeah, there's that pickup. There's, I think, an Escalade. There's an H2 Hummer, and then there's several different types of cars in that. For $20, you can fill up one of those auto racks. I don't think that's a bad deal. Although I'm trying to think how I'm going to keep them on there. I don't know if I hot glue them, wire them down. I'll figure something out. So
if you use like E6000, like one of those silicone glues, you just put a dot on each wheel, just hold it there, and then you could always pick it off if you want.
Ah, okay. All right. So let's see here. So RLD, we went, we saw, we had a great time. It rained.
And it rained, and then it rained some more. And then when it rained, it stopped raining, and then it rained.
Despite the rain, I think we all had a good time. There were moments of not raining. As you can see, I got a couple videos here that I'll share up there. I always love this shot of that double track bridge. It was humongous. And I'm looking at John's comment there, and technically those are American Series cars, so aren't those 124, Nico?
Yes.
Because if they were 129, 124 cars would not fit on there. Wonder why the other video is not playing, because I didn't select it.
This was the one instance where the rain stopped for like.
No, it stopped a couple of times.
Yeah, everybody goes out. Let's run trades. Oh, it's starting to rain. Bring your trades in.
Pretty much how that works. I'm trying to think. That might have been Chuck's train. I can't remember. Robert said it only stopped when you went inside. Pretty much that's how it works.
Yeah.
Do
you have any pictures of the indoor layout we built?
That's what I was looking for here. Give me 1 second.
So Andrew, Melvin, me. I tried. Who else? Brian helped with that.
Jonathan didn't help with it.
Jonathan didn't do a damn thing.
Poor Jonathan. Let's see. Where is that? Oh, okay. I had to think there for a minute. That was I think that was Larry Colbert's train, or at least his cars. I think that were running.
Yeah. I think that was Brian's engine, but Larry's, yeah.
And also, with the little, that was Brian Richards, because he had the center cab on the back as a pusher. Let's see here.
Yep, Brian Richards just said, Larry's cars, my engines. That's why they still have the wrappers on them. Keep them fresh.
Well, that's not the pick. That's our friend Melvin taking a nap at Robbie's.
Sorry, Melvin.
Jonathan had his chateau on wheels there. May it rest in pieces. Let's see here. You wanted to see the video of the indoor layout. I think this might be it.
There we go. Oh, these were this was the little girl's train, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I know I got another picture somewhere. I'm just looking for it.
That was Randall's nieces. There I am.
So I'd like to point out that a lot of this straight track that you see going down is all stainless, and it was all curved to like 8-foot diameter. After I spent some time with the rail benders straightening all back out, we had straight track, which Robbie was kind of funny when we came in the second day, and I asked him if he had any track laying around that we could use, and he's like, I was sitting there thinking last night, and he goes, those guys are going to lay track inside today. And I said, you are correct. I said, don't fight it. It's just happening. Because you gotta have some play time.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here's another one. There's Jonathan taking the first one after he didn't help set it up.
Yeah. And don't forget he complained about it too.
Oh yeah. Hey, there's Chuck on the left and on the right. So yeah. Also like to show this fine gondola that I purchased from Vinny that he 3D printed and decaled for Conrail.
A little weathering on there too.
What's that?
Put a little weathering on it too.
He did. He asked me if it was all right if he weathered it. I said, you go right at it, man.
There's a 3D printed car for you guys.
Yeah. In case you need a little bit more Nico.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who I was talking to. I think I was talking to Dan Gilchrist, and he goes, anything interesting? And I was sitting across from Nico, so I sent him that picture. I said, well, I'm looking at this right now. Now, another person that was there, Gary, that we're friends with, Robbie had gotten in some interesting things, and someone had made
spine cars,
front runners, correct?
Oh, spine cars, front runners.
And I can't remember if I think like the center beam portion of those was metal and some of it was wood. I don't think they were.
Yeah,
all
the middle was metal.
Yeah, so the center structure is metal, and you can see the outer part was wood on them. But I think it was actually like a 5-car set that he got. I thought they were pretty nice, and Robbie might have these on his website yet. But he also, from that same collection,
the cast aluminum ones
I don't know if they were cast aluminum or plate aluminum that was bent, but
no, that's cast aluminum.
These ore cars are all aluminum. I mean, other than the truck side frames. These things are built heavy duty, and I think they were set up
6-car sets.
Yeah, you can see it's got a drawbar on there. They're set up to run in 6-car sets. Whoever built them definitely put some time into them. And
they were really cool. Yep.
And if you check Robbie's website, I thought he still had those on there.
Yeah, he's got pictures of them out on the layout now.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty darn impressive to see somebody put the time into building that. Yep. What Chuck said to you on his website. Maybe I should have bought those. Those are already together. They're not the ones I want though. Let's see. Was there anything else that we didn't look at? Oh, here, I'll give you guys a night video. So on Saturday night, after it finally stopped raining and Nico went to bed, we went back down and decided to do some night running on the layout, which is always a lot of fun.
You got to run passenger cars at night.
Well, Jonathan got rid of all of his, so we'll blame him. What can I say?
Is this your train?
That is my train going by there. And as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking there was some change made here, that there was a third track in there before. Because the layout got redesigned. It's actually, or not to say redesigned, but I guess so.
Reconfigured.
Reconfigured. I mean, it's really double track mainline all the way around now, which makes it very nice. It was a very nice layout to run. I mean, it's always been nice to run on, but I mean, now that you can run a double main all the way around, you can really load the layout up. Brian says no, the caboose train tonight. Are you talking about Jonathan's caboose train that looks like a UFO going around the layout?
Yeah, that one. Hey, Larry, if you could get us some pictures, we could share it. Pictures, video, anything you want to share. Appreciate it. And Cody's saying that the third one is being added in.
So would I recommend going to Robbie's Open House? Absolutely. It could have absolutely rained every second that I was there, and it wouldn't have bothered me. Although I'd rather it not rain for everybody's sake. But when we were all cooped up inside, we were still having a good time. I have absolutely no complaints about going. Robbie's always an excellent host. And what's better than, driving 8 hours and giving him your money? Yeah, it's a good time. And he fed us. Well, actually, it was a 3-day event this year, wasn't it?
Yes.
I didn't get there till. I don't think when I got there. Was it Friday morning? Thursday did I get there?
Thursday.
That's right. Yeah, I got there on Thursday. So yeah, we were there Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. And when we left, Nico didn't leave boxer shorts in the toilet this time.
Yay! Robbie's chiming in. Robbie's listening.
Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't even see him pop up there. Yeah, let me I guess at this point I kind of feel like, RLD Hobbies is like a you just say it and everybody knows kind of thing.
Yeah.
RLDhobbies.com. Let's see here. I can put that in the chat and pop it up on the screen for folks. Let's see. There we go. So yeah, RLDhobbies.com. If you're not familiar with Robbie, I'm surprised that there's people that aren't. But then again, I find new things that are 20 minutes from my house all the time, and I can't believe it's been there all along.
Yes.
So, something else I was going to mention is just like with those plastic cars I talked about. We talk about the trains a lot, and that a lot of people, want to know about other accessories that can go with that. And obviously, when it comes to automobiles and stuff, your go-to a lot of times are your die-cast cars. I know that was kind of dusty looking. But a lot of times there's stuff you don't realize, and several people watching are going to already know about this because I know there's some people that have them as well. But there's stuff like these trucks here that were made by, I think it's DG Productions. As you can see by the slot in the top there.
It's a bank.
And the key in the bottom, they were actually sold as promotional items as a bank. They seem to scale out pretty well to 1/24th scale. And other than that slot in the top, I mean, they're actually, a functional item. And they actually do have lights in them, but there's no batteries in this one. But you can find these all around. This one, I actually picked up off of Marketplace from somebody 20 minutes from me yesterday for $20. And they made several variants of them. That one's just a lift truck. You got this one here that's actually the pole auger. And if you go on eBay, you could spend some crazy prices. There's some people asking some nutso prices at times on them, but you can find them fairly cheap. So if you're looking for some vehicles to add to your layout, if you want something different, actually Kyle was correct. He has two he did in Conrail. I'm going to see if I can pull that up real quick because people need to see that. Let's see here. Kyle did those in Conrail. Let's see. Conrail.
I have a bank I could show you if you want me to run out to the garage and get it.
Sure, you can do that.
Also, flea markets and garage sales. I mean, I pick up those stuff sometimes at flea markets for $1 each.
And the first one of these I found that's sitting back behind me somewhere, I was at a toy show and I didn't realize it was a bank. I got home, I heard something jingling around in it. I think I paid $15 for it. I opened it up and there was like $3.58 and change in it. So, I agree with you. Was it Alfonso? Searching your local thrift stores, you do, and there's a lot of times there's a lot of kids' toys and different stuff that are actually, despite being designed as a kid's toy, actually fit right in with what we're doing. You are correct, Larry. Yeah, those are the ones I see going for a lot of money. These other ones, though, came in a bunch of different things. They did them for just about every different power company out there. That was Ameritech. This is Illinois Power. I forget what the other one is that I have, but let's see here. Oh, did you find one?
Yeah. Ready?
What you got? Oh.
So this was a bank. I made it right on rails.
Oh.
So it's got an electrical pickup in the front. You got small wheels.
Is that motorized?
Top comes off. Chain driven.
Oh, man.
And then if you look at the bottom, so it still fluctuates, so it can handle, rough track, so it won't derail. I put LEDs for tail lights, and the headlights light up.
Now that is pretty slick.
And that's a die-cast bank. So basically where I cut out in the bottom there for the gears, sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's where the key was to go in.
Huh.
Yeah, and it trucks along. So just throw it out on a track and it chugs along. Put a guy in there. Just something fun to do.
So
the drive unit is out of a FA.
FA?
Yeah, that's the sealed.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Drive unit.
Yeah, the sealed one that has the pivot to it. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I just put a chain drive on it and up to another chain drive, and it's geared 1-to-1. Yeah, it runs around the track. So that's another thing you could do at a bank.
So the trucks I was showing you, our friend Mr. Kyle Kuiper, has 2 of those, and he made them into Conrail service trucks. So I got to say, I'm a little bit jealous. He did a very fine job on those. I can see what he was thinking there when he did those. Those worked out very nice. And there's a few people across the different Facebook groups I've seen that have taken these and made them into high rail trucks that run on the rail. They seem to be pretty adaptable to that. So yeah, they're not too shabby. And there are other things out there. Trying to remember the name of the place. It's not 3000 Toys. It's over there in is it like Lidditz, PA or something? Nico, you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
You sell like tractor toys and different stuff.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I can't think of it right now. So what you're seeing here is, again, another kid's toy. It's a waste management roll-off truck. It's actually got lights and sound in it. And it was on their clearance page. I think I paid, I don't know, $20 or so for it.
What scale is that? Look kind of big.
Believe it or not, next to the those utility trucks, it actually is about the same size. It's supposed to be like 1/24-ish, I believe. It's actually made by First Gear, believe it or not. But if you look at it,
yeah, maybe it's just because it's in a box. It looks.
Yeah. I can't think of the dang name of the store I got it at now. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
The huge farm store. You talk about like Tractor Supply or something like that.
Outback Toys, I think, is what it was.
I know Outback Steakhouse. I don't know Outback Toys.
Yeah, and First Gear makes 2 different versions of that. There's actually like a 132 die-cast version of it. Yeah, Outback Toys is who has it, because it just came up. They also have, and I don't have it out of the box to show you, but they also made a garbage truck that's set up the same way. And they have that on their site right now for $39.95, if I remember correctly. Let's see, I can pop that up here real quick.
Tractor Supply sells a lot of toy trucks also.
Exactly.
And then they blow them out like after Christmas.
Well, I was going to say, this time of year right now, Tractor Supply, Family Farm and Home, all get that type of stuff in. So, well, actually, this is the 187th one. That ain't the one I'm thinking of. But Outback Toys is the correct website that you would want to go to look for that. And I just bought these recently. I was trying to look here real quick to find the right one. Well, I'm not going to dig around for it too much, but if you go to outbacktoys.com, where I found those at was in their clearance section, and it was, I'm not farting, John. It's the chair. Outback Toys gets a lot of different stuff in. They're really close, if not the exact size we need for our stuff. So I highly recommend checking them out.
The only thing I hate about some of the cars, like I know with some of the die cast, if you leave them out, the windows get all yellow, and that's why I usually bring the cars in, like the die cast cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know at one time Jim Vichek, when his were all like destroyed looking, he boxed them all up and sent them down to Chris Aon's place, and Chris turned it into Vichek Motors with all the burn-up looking cars. All right, so we'll do one more giveaway tonight. Let me find here. And what I will do tonight is I will do a $25 gift certificate to our merch store, which there's several different types of t-shirts and stuff in there. I think there's some hoodies, there's some coffee mugs, I think tote bags, there's hats, muscle shirts, I guess, if you want one. I'm not sure when I added that in there. There's some hoodies and stuff in there.
That's for what's his name?
What's his name?
One always wears the cutoff shirts. He was at Robbie's. I can't think of his name. Sorry.
I can't either. But there are a couple of the newer design shirts on there that I had put up that actually have some photos that I've taken that I've incorporated into the shirts. The Malay one seems to be fairly popular with people. Yeah, I'd like to do the hashtag Nico got robbed for this, but I don't want to make people spell that all out. Yeah, see, Nico's got the Malay one on. So give me a moment here to get this queued up again.
Hashtag Rob Nico Daily. I like that one.
Rob Nico Daily.
Yeah.
Andrew, will you do custom pics? If you've got a picture of a locomotive that you would like on a shirt, Brian, just let me know and send it over. I mean, I can do one-offs. I try to watch and make sure I only use my own images in that, because I don't want to, run into issues with using other people's stuff. But if you got a picture of something you'd like, a couple shirts done of, I can do it. I did a shirt just for Jonathan that's got his GM50 on it. So yeah, just let me know.
Dorita, that's who I was talking about.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who are you talking about?
The cutoff shirts. Thank you for the people that chimed in.
I'm like, who are you talking about in cutoff shirts?
I couldn't remember his name. Sorry. Did you see that John was asking if you got his message?
John sent me a message. Well, let's see. All right. John sent me a message. Yes, I did get your message. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about, John. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was talking about. Our friend Steven did on his layout. He's talking about the flex switch thing that Steven did.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So let me come back around here.
It's an easy way to do a switch track and take up less space, so you don't have the ladder system. What are you typing? Are you going to share with the rest of the class?
Yeah, I am. Like 10 seconds here. Here we go. So if you would like to win a $25 gift certificate for our merch store, so you can look as cool as Nico does, just enter hashtag merch in the chat, and we'll see who's going to be the lucky guy or gal.
I had to buy my own damn shirt.
I thought I sent you one.
You sent me one when it was consolidated, large scale consolidated live. That's the one I have. I had to buy my own updated one. See that? You come and join the show, and then you got to buy stuff.
Hey, as far as I know, I don't think I ever saw Sean wear a large scale live or consolidated live shirt, or bought one. He always wore his Dackman shirt. Now it's playing in my head again. He posted a video of a Batman train the other day, and I started hearing the Adam West Batman theme in my head, but singing Dackman instead of Batman. And now the rest of you that are singing it in your head, you're welcome.
Oh, 9 o'clock. See, you're
All
running late. You're messing me up.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
I need my beauty sleep, man.
You already look more beautiful than me. You're doing all right. Well, people are still entering hashtag merch in there. As they're doing that, I'll say thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight. First live stream of our 5th season. When I started this with Dackman, I honestly did not think, I'm still going to be doing this 5 years from now. But here we are. And now we're going to branch into train shows, I guess.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, I guess, what's a better group of people to do a show for large scale trains than people that are into large scale trains? Why are we looking at a pumpkin?
Because Brian said it's 9 o'clock. Let's watch Nico turn into a pumpkin. There you go.
Hey, we know that guy. It's Nick.
Hey.
Timothy, it's hashtag merch, not March. So you put hashtag merch in there. You won't get entered.
MERCH.
Yeah. Not and to point out, I'm not picking on you. I'm just letting you know you entered it wrong, so you have a chance to win.
Andrew's got to always make it complicated.
Yeah, Oh, you're welcome, Dominic. He's always the most polite person in the world when he talks about us. I'm sure there's some that talk bad about us, but it's okay.
I just got burned on that one. Excellent. Oh, because I turned into a pumpkin. Gotcha.
Oh. Our next live stream, of course, is going to be November 24th, right? That's the last Sunday of November.
Yes.
Larry says we should hear what he says. I don't know about that.
It says you should hear what I say.
So yeah, we'll be back with another tantalizing large scale live.
Yes, I started jumping back on Large Scale Central.
Oh, okay. I wasn't getting when I saw LSC, I'm thinking large scale consolidated.
No.
I hop into the forums to make a post for the live stream coming up. It's hard enough for me to keep up with the different Facebook groups. Between Facebook groups, there's like 5 different forums on the web still. I post over to Reddit, to Twitter. I think I missed Instagram this time. There's just a lot of places to go online for G-scale / large scale stuff.
There's still people on the aristo-craft forum.
Really?
Yeah, there's a couple people that still go on there and post on there.
I forgot that was still there. I don't mean that sarcastically. I forgot that was still there.
We just need everybody to come down and join the show and, come check it out, and we'll keep growing it. That's what we're looking to do. Yeah,
the intent is not for it to be a one and done. It's hopefully we do this until we die one day and somebody else keeps it going. We'd like to make it into a yearly event where everybody wants to come and visit. That's the thing I like about going to the shows is I see a lot of people that I don't see most of the time. Although Larry Otis, I'm seeing more and more other places, so I might have to step back on that. But as we said, it's in Girard, Ohio, at the Metroplex, and if you're a vendor or you want to exhibit, if you happen to be a club that might be interested in coming and setting up a layout, reach out to us and let us know. We should be sending out an email blast here within a day or so to all the people that have signed up for the newsletter over on the site. to let them know that the registration's open.
Definitely, Larry, fly in or fly out.
Well, you're going to have to, Larry, because I already told the wife that you were coming, and if you don't come, you're going to hear about it. Yeah, I'm sorry, John. I'm trying to think what weekend Lancaster was. I think it might have been the weekend before or after RLD, or wherever it fell at. Like, it just was not going to happen. And I'm sorry I missed your Mikado doing a barrel roll again. I think John and Mikados just don't go together. So,
John, your stuff shipped out on Saturday, so you should be getting it soon.
All right. So, I see that the hashtag merch has stopped going in, so we'll go ahead and share up the giveaway so that we can see who's going to win. Grab the right screen. All right. So, out of the 43 entries we got, let's see who's going to win the $25 merch gift certificate.
It's going to be me. It's going to be me. Yes.
I swear I sent you a free shirt.
No, you didn't.
All right. Well, you don't. Hey, Coastal Nomad is our lucky winner, and I guess you'd know that if I remember to share the
if you would have shared it so everybody could see it, that would have been great.
Now, this is what happens when you make changes how you do stuff.
Yes.
Coastal Nomad, you are our lucky winner tonight. And as always, if you want to, where to go? Need the email. Oh, there it is. Shoot us an email, info@largescaletrains.com, and give me a day to get that gift certificate back to you, because I have to generate it, and sometimes it can take a few hours for it to come back to me, but I will get that generated and sent over to you. Thank you for participating in the giveaway.
Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, and putting up with us and all that good stuff. Kyle says 100% rigged.
Only for you. We just make sure
John
you don't.
says hashtag Nico got robbed. We really got to do a giveaway with that. And absolutely, you are welcome, Coastal Nomad.
Maybe we'll do a big Christmas giveaway where we could rob me.
Big Christmas giveaway.
Yes.
Where'd it go? My Santa hat was laying here the other day. I'm gonna have to find it again.
All right, y'all. Have a great night.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you next month.
Yep. Have a great one.
Good night.